Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be showing you all about actions in Premiere UXP. A lot of functionality in the UXP scripting verse is sort of now delegated to actions. So maybe you want to create a bin, or maybe you want to clone a sequence. It's not just going to run that line of code and give you the new sequence or whatever, it's now an action. And I'm guessing this is because of the sort of async nature of everything and how we have promises and have to wait for things. But today we're going to be going over what actions are and how you can easily execute them. And with this example, we're going to hit a button and we're going to not only clone our active sequence, but we're going to create a new bin. So this is just going to show you two examples of actions. There's tons more examples that you can go try out yourself. Before we get started, I do want to remind you down below, check out the links, GitHub, AE Scripts. I'm posting awesome free and paid plugins. You can help support me there. Also, make sure you become a channel member with that join button down below. You can get behind the scenes on how I create these tutorials, how I go through the process of learning and preparing for them, as well as get videos much further in advance than the public. So to get started, what exactly is an action? Well, as mentioned, a lot of the functions in Premiere now are delegated to these actions. You can see in the UXP guide, there's something called a compound action. This is sort of going to be something that we use as well in this process. But let's take a basic example, like if I go to the folder item object, you can see here we have a create bin action. Instead of just saying create bin as we did in old scripting, we're creating what returns an action. So if you were to run this bit of code, you're not going to have a new bin appear inside of Premiere. You're going to be left with an action that we then need to send to another bit of code to execute it and make sure that it's not interrupting other bits of things that are running. So anytime you're looking through code and you see the word action, just know that it's not something that's going to run right away for you. You're going to have to run a specific run action function to make it work. In my initial tutorial in this UXP Premiere series, I showed you this execute action function and briefly mentioned what it was. Essentially, this is a function that you should always use to run your actions. You don't necessarily have to know how it works, just know that you can run this bit of code and whatever type of action you have or give it, it's going to run that bit of code as if it were a normal bit of scripting. And if you want the details, we can go over it briefly here, but you have a project argument and an action argument. The project is just the Premiere project itself, and the action argument is the action itself. So whether you're cloning a sequence, moving a clip, whatever it is, goes for that argument. And then what are we really doing? It's just these three lines of code here. First, we lock the access to the project. Then we execute a transaction. And essentially what that transaction is executing is a compound action object, which runs this add action function to give it our action. So essentially what it's doing is it's being like, hey project, we have an action incoming and we need you to add that to the compound action stack and then add it and run it. Essentially the compound action has an object here that you can see, and you can have the add action, which is what we're using. And what I understand from the couple of days I've spent learning about actions is that this compound action is sort of like almost like an undo group or a set of instructions that are waiting. And we can add to this compound action group. And whenever we add something to it, it's going to be queued up to run. So we could add like 100 things to this compound action stack, and it's going to run through sequentially, making sure that none of the code is running asynchronously or at a different time from when it should, and everything will be nice and organized. It may be counterintuitive versus the old way of scripting if you're familiar with it, but essentially, anytime you want to run an action in your Premiere UXP, just use this bit of code. I recycle it in every project I use whenever there's an action, and it's kind of just like a thing that, it should probably just be like a built-in function, but I found this on the developer forums and it's been extremely helpful. All right, so let's real quick show you a couple examples of how we can take a function that generates an action and how to execute it. First thing I'm going to do is do a sequence clone, as I did in the initial example here. So I'll just make sure I have one sequence in my project, and now we need to get that sequence as a variable. So I'm going to say const project, because to get a sequence we need the project. We're going to await the Premiere Pro object project.get active project. Then we'll get the active sequence by saying await our project.get active sequence. And just like that, we have our sequence variable. Why do we want the sequence variable? Well, if we go over to sequence, you can see we have a create clone action, which is just a simple no argument line of code that creates an action to clone the given sequence. So let's say in your automation, you need to generate a bunch of examples of your sequence. This is how we could do it. Create clone action. So to do that, we're going to say clone action, because remember, it's going to give us an action rather than execute the code immediately. And we're going to say await sequence dot create clone action. So now if you go ahead and console log this clone action, go ahead and clear up our debug here and run it, you can see we have a simple action here. If you look down inside of it, there's not a lot of information, which is fine. We just wanted to know that we have an action here that we can deal with. And now we just need to use this execute action code. So no waiting for this one. We can just say execute action. And again, what do we need? We need our Premiere project as well as our action. And since we have a variable which holds our action called clone action, this should now work. So we'll save it, reload the plugin. And now if we take a look, we have our clip and our sequence. We hit the button, boom, we get a cloned version of our sequence. Now let's do one more just for good practice. Go ahead and group these together. The other one that I wanted to do is to generate a bin or create a bin. So if we go to the folder item class here, we have a thing called a create bin action. And just as a reminder, like I've gone through the whole guide, there's at least 20, 30 or more different types of actions. So whenever you're going through things, if you get frustrated or like what's going on, maybe it's an action and you just need to execute it as an action. But we have a create bin action, which gives us an action. And we need a name for the bin and whether or not we want to make it unique. So this is inside of the folder item group. So you might think that we just need to say like const create bin action is equal to await Premiere Pro dot folder item dot create bin action. And again, what do we need? We need the name of our bin. We'll just call my brand new bin. And do we want to make it unique? Yes, let's put true. But this is actually not going to work. We need to reference a bin to put this bin inside of. We can't just say add it to this here, because if I have a console log with the try catch here, if I go ahead and run this bit of code, you can see it says Premiere Pro.folderItem.create bin is not a function. This is because we need to get what's called the root item. If you remember in the old scripting days, I know I say that a lot in these tutorials, there's a thing called the root item of the project. So to get that, we're going to go into the project and you can see we have get root item. Or initially I thought it was the get insertion bin, but it's actually the root item. So this returns us a folder item rather than a project item. So when we want to create a new bin, we need to insert it into another folder. And the root item is really just the sort of import bin of Premiere itself. So what we're going to do, we need to get this root item. We'll say const root item is equal to await. We're going to reference our project itself and get root item. Then instead of saying await Premiere Pro.folder item.create bin action, we'll say root item where we want to add it, create bin action. So just to make sure it's working the way you want, we can console log the root item as well as the bin action. We're not quite going to execute the action. We just want to make sure our variables are valid first and take it one step at a time. We're going to hit scene detection, even though it's obviously not doing that. You can see we get the duplicated sequence again. But now you can see we have a folder item, which is our actual folder item. And as you can see, it's no specific folder, but it's the name of the project. Essentially, it's just this whole bin here, and then our action. So that means we got the variables correctly. Let's execute the action by calling our project and our create bin action itself. And now make sure our project's all cleaned up. Clear the console even though we're not really using it. Load our plugin, and when we click this button, we should both duplicate our sequence or clone it and create a new bin called my brand new bin. So to recap, actions are everywhere in UXP for Premiere, and oftentimes you simply just need to plug them into this function here. Reuse this all you want, and actions will essentially ensure that everything goes smoothly with this new UXP setup. Thanks again for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button down below. Make sure you subscribe. Join the channel for behind the scenes exclusive content and videos coming out early. And also check out the links in the description to get code. Support me on AE Scripts with lots of free and paid plugins and much more. And we'll see you next time.